Hey everybody, it's Stephanie OWGamer, and welcome to an episode of Retro Relics. It's been since Christmas since I've done any of these, as far as I can remember, and quite a bit has happened since then. I've found someone in Newfoundland who will sell me video games and consoles and stuff that I need for my collection at a fair price that all collectors want to have. So, anyways, I met this guy through Sci-Fi in Iraq when they had it this year, which was back in April. So, yeah, that'll tell you how dated this actually is. But we bought a couple of things while we were there, and I got a couple of good deals, and I've been talking to him since. So, anyways, I wanted to more or less, tell you guys about my Sci-Fi in Iraq deal. I believe it was this game. Let me just make sure I didn't grab the wrong one. Yeah, no, I have all the right ones there. Alright, so, Stuart, I can't remember. Oh, I bought him breakfast, so Stuart's all like, oh, I need to buy you a Game Boy. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know, I'll pick, because this guy had a lot of good box games and stuff. And I was like, oh, great, Cybernoid. You can get me Cybernoid for $8. Complete in box. The box could be in better shape, don't get me wrong. But compared to some of the boxes that I have up there, this one is in fantastic shape. And not all the boxes were damaged of the ones that he had. And the only I shouldn't say complete in box either. It is missing the inserts and manuals. So I will need eventually a manual for Cybernoid. But look at how nice and clean and shiny and awesome the game actually is. It's quite nice. If you haven't played Cybernoid, it's a game that I played at one of my friends' houses when I first moved to the island that I live on. And basically, I remember one of his cousins, I think, had like a shit ton of Nintendo games. And he got a land of Cybernoid one time when we were playing it, and we didn't really figure it out. They were horrible at it. So, of course, if they're horrible at it, what do? They, call me up and say, hey, you should come over and play some games. And I'm all like, okay, cool. So I played Cybernoid, and yeah, once you get used to all the different ways that Cybernoid works, how all the different weapons and stuff works, it's not a bad game. It's actually kind of a fun game. It's kind of like a shoot 'em up. This one I actually paid the full price of what he had there for it, as did Stu for the Cybernoid. But the next game that I went back and got after my deal was a copy, Sega Genesis copy of Sid Meier's Pirates Gold. Oh, I've already got the one for NES. I don't have it in box yet. But this one comes with the map. It doesn't have the manual, which I still need. So that's kind of the thing about collecting is you don't always get everything included with them. And you might have to do a bit of hunting around for some stuff, but if you haven't played Sid Meier's Pirates at all, it's fantastic. It's been out since the Commodore 64. It's been out for NES, Xbox, Wii, Sega Genesis. This is actually one of the best versions, in my opinion. So yeah, go and check that out. I should do a stream of this sometime soon. That would be fun. Robin wanted to get a game for herself because, she likes gaming, and, why not? And she was looking around, she found something that she wanted. She wanted a copy of Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life. And it was only $15, not too bad. And she's really gotten into the Harvest Moon game for the 3DS that I got her for Christmas. She said it's very comparable to Stardew Valley, which is kind of cool. Or maybe Stardew Valley is comparable to that. Anyways, let's get to the main event. Alright, so this dude had a lot of consoles there, and I went around to all the other dealer tables at Sci-Fi, and you guys, everyone else except for him, you should feel ashamed of yourself. You should feel fucking ashamed. You should not even sell at Sci-Fi in Iraq anymore. It's so gross and dirty how much you guys mark shit up. I went to the first guide that I seen with consoles. He had a top-loader SNES. They're all top loaders. He had the SNES Mini. Loose, no controllers, No hookups, nothing. Just the console. I was like, maybe he'll just, want a 20 for it or something like that, right? Or maybe a 30 or something like that. So, how much do you want for a SNES Mini you got there? Oh, 150. I was all like, what? 150? I was like, nah, you can keep that. Keep your SNES Mini. I don't want nothing to do with it. So I started walking around and looking for this guy who I was told was supposed to have a bunch of box NES games and stuff. And sure enough, I found him. So I started picking up stuff. And I said, really, I'd love to see more consoles and stuff. He said, oh, really? I'd like to see more consoles. So he pulled out some consoles. I said, no, I got that one. No, I got that one. Ooh, I could use that one. And ooh, I could use that one. So this with all my games, I'm all like, because I got some extra games with this deal as well. $200, all right, is what I spent on this deal. I'll show you the games first. First, I got a copy of Vegas Dreams, which is kind of a fun little game. It's all just casino games, straight up. There's not really much of a story to it. The box itself isn't too bad. The one flap here on the bottom is torn and a little bit loose. But other than that, it's not that bad. I don't think any of his games included manuals, to be honest. Which is kind of meh. But at least I get the box. And that's kind of the most important thing for me. Because I can go online and look up a manual. I know I can go online and look up a box, but I'd rather see the box art myself in real life. So anyways, this one was marked for $7. Not a big deal. Then I seen one that I was like, yeah, I need to add this to my collection because it's a good game. It's a great franchise, and Capcom's a great company. Strider for NES, $20. Not bad. So I was just like, this is great because, I mean, this is a pretty good deal so far, right? Alright, so then I was looking around, I was like, ooh, I remember playing this game on the NES growing up. We rented it once, and I thought it was fantastic. I still do. A lot of the indie games that I'm starting to see a lot more of recently have picked up on the concept of this twin-stick shooter. Smash TV for the Nintendo. Now, it has a bit of a tear here in the front. I didn't even notice it until just now. It does not come with the manual, but again, just like, oh, actually, what is that? Oh, it's one of the inserts. The game itself, again, spectacular. Like, the cartridges are basically brand new. So yeah, anyways, let's get this one back in. So yeah, this one was marked, Smash TV was marked for $28 because, well, it's starting to get a little bit more uncommon. And this is you have to remember, these are boxed games. So, I mean, no, they don't have the manual, but the boxes are usually a lot more expensive, and that's what makes the game expensive. Because a lot of people just took the box and threw it out because, you got the game cartridge. That's all you need, right? Anyways, next thing I looked at was Road Blasters for $9. For some reason, I thought it was Road Fighter, the game that me and Steve have been playing a lot on 3101. I'm pretty sure they came out with Road Fighter in North America. But this is Road Blasters, which is a completely different game that I can honestly say I have not played. It was originally an arcade game. It's almost like an Outrun type game. I'll just kind of show you guys right here. See? So, I mean, it's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind giving it a try, but was not what I thought it was. Anyways, that one was $9. The next one is another Capcom game. Actually, a pretty good game, too. Very underrated. Not uncommon yet, I don't think. But anyways, that game is called Codename Viper. And that's, again, another SNES or NES game. That one was $15. And just to show you some stuff here on the back, it's almost like Metal Gear / Contra, I guess. Alright, and the last thing for games was I got a Super Nintendo game as well. A game that not a lot of people enjoy, not a lot of people want to play. I remember renting it once, and we had it for the weekend. And I was like, well, I'm going to make do with it. I'm going to do this game justice. I'm going to play it. And I actually finished it. And actually found out that it was a lot of fun. Just like a lot of Looney Tunes games and like these other ones that people say they don't like, Bubsy is actually a pretty good game. Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally is hard as balls, but it's a good game. Original taz-mania on the SNES is great. This one I had marked as $10. The one on Sega Genesis is better and much more harder. Once you get used to doing this one here, it's actually a lot of fun. You just eat a bunch of kiwis. The birds, not the fruit. So, anyways. So, I know you're thinking, like, wait. Vegas Stakes is $7. And Smash TV was another $28, which that's $35. All right, $35. taz-mania was $45. Codename Viper was $15, so that's like what, $60 right there. $60. Then $20 for Strider. That's $80. Well, $120. Oh wait, then I have Road Blast. That's $9. So let's say it's $10. So $110. So what could I have ever spent $110 on? Oh, which by the way, he also threw me in an original Rob the Robot NES poster. I don't know why I keep going to say SNES, but pristine condition too, by the way. Like, you couldn't ask for a better quality poster from the 80s, believe me. I was, again, like, everything that this dude was doing was freaking me out, because I've never experienced this where I live. Everyone here, sorry, Games Exchange or whatever other places are around, but you guys overprice a lot of your games because, oh, well, we have shops, we have to have them open and stuff. Yeah, this guy is doing the same thing, but you know what? He's selling to collectors who buy in bulk. So you can keep getting new stuff, and you don't have a shed or a warehouse or a basement full of, gaming stuff. You can actually get it out of there, keep it in your store. And then there's some people out there who just have a Facebook group who don't have any costs because they sell all out of their house and they just drive to a certain location and sell it to you. So they don't have any extra costs. And they're still overcharging. So anyways, I get there and I'm like, ooh, I want these two consoles that you have. And I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to get both of them, but first one I looked at was an original PlayStation with the original sticker on it. This is awesome. Originally marked as $195.50 from Sears. He wanted $50 for this. Alright? So now, let's just take a look real quick on the inside. So yeah, $50 is a pretty good price for a complete box PlayStation, in my opinion. So we got our cords, we got our power, we even got one memory card and one controller. On the inside, he actually has all of the inserts. Everything. There is one piece of broken styrofoam, which I can fix with glue at a later time. And of course, we have the PlayStation itself, which again is in pristine condition. There's no yellow on it. There's no, it's not weathered or anything like that. It's so nice. So basically, like I said, it's brand new. Aha, there we go. So there's nothing inside it, obviously, but yeah, this is a brand new looking system. It's as if it just came out of the factory kind of thing. Like, there's no dirt. This is from Port Basque. So that's how far he went. Now, he's over on the Corner Brook side anyways, but yeah, no, this guy is amazing. So amazed when he brought out this stuff. I really wasn't expecting him to have as much as he did, kind of thing. And if I had more money, I probably would have bought even more from him. Like I said, I have since bought from him again. And, oh, there's the interactive music CD that actually comes with it, which actually has some demos and music on it. Let's see. See if I can't get this back in without causing a mess. I'm making myself riot. Okay, there we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Put that one. Yeah, I do need to fix that piece of styrofoam on the top there, but other than that, no complaints. Oh, let's put our inserts back in. Put this part back in. I'll buy our memory card, our controller, and our hookups. Whew, alright. So yeah, that was not bad. So now you're thinking, okay, well, that still doesn't say anything for $60. Because usually someone would probably sell this for, like, I don't even know how much to go for on eBay, because I don't look for everything on eBay if I don't have to. But yeah, I would say this would normally go for at least $100, especially around here. So, yay! Last thing I have, which is what the last $60 was spent on, was a complete in-box Nintendo 64. Yeah, Nintendo 64 kid has nothing on me. If you had ever seen me do, like, if I had ever had recorded the morning I got my Nintendo, when I sprang 10 feet from the doorway to my mom's bed with the Nintendo in her arms going, "Oh my god, Mom, I got a Nintendo! Santa Claus gave me a Nintendo!" I freaked out. But, I digress. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Nintendo 64. So yeah, I was so happy. He had no price tag on this, and I was just like, oh god. They have the same one at one of the gaming stores here in town, and I was already talking to that guy about his, and I already know that his was priced at $200. $200. This one, after all the games and the PlayStation, $60. $140 cheaper than what everybody else around here was selling it for. So, soon as all this happened, and he said, "Yep, $200 straight up," I literally didn't know how to control myself after that. I was just like, "What's going on?" And from that point on, I basically said, yep, this guy is the guy I buy my games from. Nobody else, because he just has good prices. He cares about where the games are going. He just doesn't sell crap to just anybody. He went, actually when he was here, here's a fun little story. While he was here, he came with an Earthbound cartridge. So for any of you collectors out there, you know how much Earthbound's worth. Walks into one of the stores here and says, "Oh yeah, how much? I got some games here. How much store credit can I get for that?" And he showed him. He's like, "Oh, Earthbound." He's like, "Oh, I can give you 40 for that." $40. You're gonna offer some? Oh, wait! Not even dollars. In-store credit. $40 in-store credit for Earthbound? Are you fucked? Oh, well, we have bills to pay and stuff. Yeah, so does everyone. Because you have a little store doesn't mean you get to mark down something to about less than 1% of its actual value. Well, not 1%, but you know what I'm saying. It's ridiculous at how much, they want to rip people off, so... As soon as I heard that story, as soon as I got this stuff from him, as soon as I got a good price, I made up my mind. From this point forward, no one else is going to be getting any business from me except for this guy. Anytime I have money for video games, I'm going to be, messaging this guy and saying, "Listen, what do you have? What can you get me? What can you do?" And I passed up on a lot of good stuff. I passed up on a copy of Final Fantasy II for $50. I passed up some very rare Sega Genesis games and Nintendo games, and I also passed up on He had Romance Saga 2, I think, for Nintendo, complete in box. That was craziness. He had a lot of good stuff. But either way, I'm so happy that I have found this guy. I'm so happy that he's legitimate and that he's a real collector. He's not out there just to stoke money out of people. He's out there to make sure these games are going to the right places. So happy. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Please subscribe if you're new so you can watch more Retro Relics and other things. I do streams. I'm starting podcasts soon. We're doing all kinds of cool things over here. And we're probably going to be vlogging much more soon because our channel just popped from 200 subscribers to 1,000. And it probably won't hurt to go vlogging when we're going video game hunting. So, anyways, until next time, thank you all for watching. I'm the OWGamer, and I will see you next time for more Retro Relics. Goodbye.